Okay, so first step you're gonna wanna do is wash your potato and then peel it, obviously. Start heating up your pan while you cut up the potato. I use this guy to grate my potato. So pretty much just do that. Okay, so I got all my potato grated. So that's what that'll look like. That should be good. So at this point, I'm probably gonna start cooking the bacon. Okay, and then these hash browns are pretty much done now. They look nice and crispy. So at this point, what I'll do is I'll just set them aside. So this should be enough for the onions. So while that's cooking, you can probably now start adding the ground beef. Okay, so now that your beef is nice and brown, you can set this guy aside, and then now next we're just gonna cook our eggs. So I just set this aside next to my hash browns. Okay, so I'm adding another egg. It just didn't look like enough. So I'm just gonna mix that in with this egg. So about that much. If you like cheese, you can add extra cheese. Just one of those preference things, totally up to you. I lucked out and got these really big, massive, humongous, huge burrito tortillas that are perfect for burritos. So everything will definitely fit in here. So at this point, now that everything is cooked, we'll just assemble it. And then these heat up really fast, so you don't need to have them on there for too long. Just make sure they all get nice and warm. And now you can just flip it. And that's what it's gonna look like. You don't have to cook it fully, mainly because in a second we're just gonna put it back on the pan. So that's nice and warm, so now we can just set it aside. I actually like to add this stuff a little bit off to the side. And you can kind of just spread that out. Your meat and your hash browns together. And now we'll add the bacon. And then you can add a little bit of cheese if you'd like. Another thing you could add is some ketchup. Not too much. So now this is obviously the most important part, and that's just putting it together. You fold these sides in, and then you fold that, and then you kind of just start rolling it all together. and then roll it as tight as you can just so nothing comes out. And then you're pretty much just left with a perfect burrito. Pretty big. So now what I do is just to warm it up a little bit. I throw it back on the pan on this bottom side, just so it holds it together and just so it warms it up a little bit more. And you have yourself a breakfast burrito.